That's our love.
Alright, Ayo World, what's going on? Nico Fuego, aka D3 Infinite, depending if I'm in my mad scientist mood. So I want to share with y'all something untitled, unreleased. I don't know what's going on with it, but I want to share with you first. It goes like this, To see us, you need astronomers, many moons from Andromeda, type dude to conjure the logic to pop thermometers. So much pain, it's obvious, too deep for novelists. My whole crew's ominous, few baboons and piranhas, and foolish loose in the opera, ghoulish brew with binoculars, hula hoop in Orion's belt, the wealth of being conquerors. Self-marketing constellation with compilations, pop the tape in. I've been waiting patient for the lasers to finish engraving too. Throw my thing in rotation, new innovation of musical mutilations, assuming accumulation of bodies with super Jason. The blue lagoon I'm raising made is bulletproof, amazing. Blew a fuse in the matrix of Rubik's Cube in the making. Drew my truth from the ages, from wise dudes to sages. Loose screws is created, living proof we gon' make it. Underrated but never faded, titanium double plated. So fuck the cloud route, thick riding which crew's latest. I'd rather cool in basement seances, some of them my favorites. I'm drowning in these pages but surrounded by the greatest. So anything I produce is eons, beyond ages. Phenomenon that's contagious, turn obstacles advantageous. Spread and cover the bases like bread and butter with phrases. Head for cover, it's safest, and tell the others who lace this. The monster that's inside escapes whenever you play this.
Quite some time I've been off my medicine. No monkeys on my back, just a bunch of elephants. Skull and crossbones, off for president. Indiana Jones, Holmes hunting skeletons.
In your verse I heard you say, a fool is loose in the opera, ghoulish brute with binoculars, hula hooping Orion's belt, the wealth of being conquerors. What exactly does that mean?
So, from my standpoint on how I see things and how society like treats us, right, as people, individuals, and artists, you know, we different. Especially when you're an artist, you're different. You offer tilt a little bit, you're a little weird. So, yeah. I am the fool that's loose in the opera. So when it comes to high brow type of, you know, entertainment, they think that we don't know shit about shit. And that's quite the opposite. So fool is loose in the opera, a ghoulish brute, you know what I mean? Because I'm a ghost, I'm rough around the edges with binoculars because I'm looking through these lenses that are way different than yours. Hula hoop in Orion's belt, the wealth of being conquerors, meaning that we're stars already, bro. We already made it, we're stars, and the only way that we can conquer, which is bigger than stars, is constellations. Took the whole damn thing and I left. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like that. I noticed shortly after that you said self-marketing constellation with compilations. What does that mean exactly?
So the constellation, moving from the Orion's belt line into the bigger, now that we're the bigger, see my compilation, see what I create, see the people I move with. You know what I mean? Because they're just as big as I am. It's all titans on the map, just across, you know what I mean?
Now there's many beautiful lines in this, but one of them that stood out to me that I really thought was very touching was, the blue lagoon I'm raised in made us bulletproof, amazing. Expound a little more on that. What does that mean to you?
It's the trials and tribulations that didn't kill you make you stronger, like the old saying says, you know what I mean? But it's like we were in the trenches at times and going through some shit, and it's like that's what made us us. You know what I mean? All that darkness made us light. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. TTSM.
TTSM.
So, another line I liked a lot that gave me similar feeling to the previous one. It said, you said, drew my truth from the ages, from wise dudes to sages. Like, whenever an artist is paying homage, it's a beautiful thing and it's the right thing. Now, if you could tell us one wise dude and one sage that each impacted you and who you are today.
So the wise man is easy. That's my grandfather. Rest in peace. Don Campo Elias, you know what I mean? He was the one who I'd always call upon his experience, you know what I mean? He was wise man, he was raised poor in Colombia, believe in like the 40s, 30s, on a farm, had to go to school barefoot, had to listen to the class outside of the classroom, and that man became a judge, a professional soccer player. That's wisdom that you can't improvise, but that's wisdom that came from a hard struggle in life. So his story's always impacted me, you know what I mean? That's why I'm the man I am today, because he shared with me like, here's the truths about the universe, about God, about this, he said from my perspective. So that's that man. The sage that inspires me, or that's impacted me, is the one that I see in my dreams. You know what I mean? There's a woman who speaks to me. And so she tells me, she kind of guides me a little bit. Sometimes I don't see her, I just feel her presence. You know what I mean? She's ancient as I am, or Kaz, you know what I'm saying? Or any of us, like way more ancient. And she lets me know, like, this is what you have to do, this is how you should be moving. So,
wow, dude, that's deep.
Yeah, bro.
That's deep. All right, last question. You said the monster that's inside escapes whenever you play this. What is that monster? And can there be a positive monster? Can it be positive in that monster?
So what y'all see is the light in me. That's what I bring to the table. The darkness in me could consume that light in a second if I let it. And it would change the whole course of everything, all the dynamics to all the people in my relationships. So the monster, I let it out and I vent on this music. That's why it's raw. Sometimes it's a little too raw for some listeners, because it's the truth. I'm letting that monster run loose instead of run loose in these streets and do what it shouldn't be doing. The positive could be when I turn that monster into a creative vent and I give them controlled energy bursts. You know what I mean? Because then now I could boost your mood by getting rid of my demons. So like that's the balance that I'm trying to find. So that's the monster. So that's why I played it so the monster can escape. Make sure you check all the TTSM things. A lot of demons we letting loose and exercising out the room. For real talk.
I love that. Now, I said that was the last question, but this is the last question. What planet are you from exactly?
So I'm not from, so third dimension, we're galaxy, I'm not even from that. I'm from where the light is. The light is what I is the base of all things. So when I look out and I remember that I'm like trapped in third dimension, bro, it's weird. You know what I'm saying? I feel trapped, my wings are not, you know what I mean? Like, free yourself. Free yourself, it's within you. Look in the mirror, what do you see in the mirror? That's what it is, which stares back at you, that you can't see by your eyes, but you have faith so you know it's there. You know what I'm saying? Have faith in the Lord. You know, one does not see one's own eyes, but one has faith that we have eyes because we know that we're seeing. Faith works in the same way, feel me?
Beautiful, brother. Thank you. TTS.